Hey Bears fans, we weren't able to do our normal live show on Tuesday where we get to answer all of your questions, but I still want to do at least one, maybe two mailbags depending on how much time we've had. Busy week here at Chat Sports with the NFL trade deadline. Use hashtag Bears to get your questions on the show. I'll answer as many as I can on at least one mailbag, maybe two, depending on how much time we have. Also could depend on how many good questions we get, so it could be up to you guys. Hashtag Bears, ask away now that the NFL trade deadline is done. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump on in to today's video. You're watching Chicago Bears Now. I am your host, Harrison Graham, back with another set of Chicago Bears rumors. The NFL trade deadline has passed, and the Bears didn't make any moves. So let's start there on today's Bears Rumors Roundup. Was not selling a mistake by Chicago? Damn right, bear down for Smokin' Jays. It was absolutely a mistake by the Chicago Bears to not sell away some of their pieces. The Bears should have been sellers. Let's be honest. At 3-5, you're not completely out of the hunt in terms of the playoff picture, but your chances aren't very good, if we're being completely honest. This team should have traded a piece or two away, tried to get some draft capital, and shifted toward 2022. But, of course, that did not happen because this coach and GM may not be here next year, which we'll talk about later in the show. These are five guys I thought could have garnered some interest. Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, it's possible they didn't get calls on those guys. Allen Robinson, I know for a fact, was a guy they could have traded. I think Akeem Hicks could have been moved as well. I don't know about Robert Quinn. He's having a hell of a year, but his contract is kind of tough, so maybe that was a little bit of a harder one. But I especially think, starting with the quarterbacks here, even if it was just going to be for like a seventh-round pick, whether it's Andy Dalton or Nick Foles, you should have considered moving one of these guys. Now, maybe they did and the offers weren't there, or X, Y, Z, and that's fine. But I think trading one of those guys for literally anything would have been worth it. I told you guys I would have traded Allen Robinson. I don't think the Bears are going to re-sign him. They don't seem interested in doing that. He's a free agent after this year. You could tag him again, but then his tag price is going to be over $20 million. For what he's doing this year, 21 catches, 234. I mean, I don't think that he's going to garner that much, over $20 million on the open market. And even if he does, the Bears don't seem interested in paying him. Bears got calls on A-Rob. We do know that. Now, maybe the offers were garbage, whatever. But the best you're going to get now is a third-round comp pick after he signs elsewhere in free agency, assuming that's what happens, in 2023. Not even in next year's draft, in 2023. So I would have moved him. If you could have gotten a second-round pick for it, I think you should have been thrilled and taken it. Maybe they didn't. Maybe the offers they got were bad, but I think not trading him was probably a mistake. Are you upset that the Bears didn't make a trade? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Obviously, they traded for Jakeem Grant a few weeks ago, but I mean, leading up to the deadline. Y for yes, N for no. Are you upset that Chicago did not make a trade? BetUS is our sportsbook partner here at Chat Sports, and I want to tell you guys about the best sportsbook partner in the game so you can make some money. Go to chatsports.com/Bears. Use our promo code BEARDOWN. It's all one word, Bear Down, after you go to chatsports.com/Bears. Get a 125% deposit by putting down $100. You'll get $125 for free. The updated Super Bowl odds are as follows. The Bills are plus 500, so put down $10 to 150. Tampa Bay at plus 550. The Rams at plus 650. And then the Cowboys and Packers at plus 900. Kind of like Dallas at plus 900. I think that's a good value play. They're playing really good football. Chatsports.com/Bears. Use that promo code BEARDOWN to get a 125% deposit bonus. All right, let's keep it moving here. Excuse me. Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, are they not going to return in 2022? We'll see. Two Smokin' Jays. I'm still kind of in that I'll believe it when I see it mode because this franchise has been very loyal to these guys, especially Ryan Pace, and they allowed them to draft Justin Fields last year. So a small part of me thinks that they could return next season. Now, Jeff Hughes, who does, he covers the Bears for his site, Sports Mockery, so this isn't ESPN's guy or whatever, but he does some good work, said that after some Monday morning conversations with several people, both inside Hallis Hall and around the league, I came away for the first time in 2021 believing that there was little chance of either Matt Nagy or Ryan Pace returning to the Bears in 2022. The entire program, seems to have reached its conclusion. we'll see how things shake out. I hope this is true. I think that makes sense considering the way this team has played this year, especially on offense, that a change makes sense. And if you change coaches, you should not let Ryan Pace hire a third general manager. But obviously there's some football left to be played, and we'll see if the McCaskies are willing to make some changes. I think they should, but we'll see how things shake out. Should Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace be fired after this season or held during the season, just not return next year is my main point here. Type 1 for yes, type 2 for no. I think that the answer should be yes. The Bears need to go in a new direction, in my opinion. You need new philosophies offensively, and when your head coach is offensive-minded, you got to get him out of here. And then Ryan Pace, while he's done some good things, I think a new general manager is needed as well. I think there's been too many mistakes by Pace over the years to allow him to hire a third head coach. He's had 2 chances. Now it's time to go in a new direction, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. It's certainly a storyline we will continue to follow. Those hot seats are only going to get hotter if you lose to the Steelers on Monday night. And then it's the bye week. So if a midseason change happened, maybe it would happen after this week. Show us some love. Help us out. Subscribe to the channel here at Chicago Bears Now, youtube.com/Bears Now. We will continue to bring you the latest Chicago Bears news, rumors, live shows every Tuesday, except for this Tuesday. Although we were live, we simulcasted our trade deadline coverage from Chat Sports, so we did go live. We just didn't do a traditional live show. We'll, of course, be live for Monday Night Football between the Steelers and the Bears as well. The link is below, youtube.com/Bears Now. Do not miss any of our coverage. Let's talk about that fraud, Aaron Rodgers, in Green Bay. Yeah, he's a fraud. 4 smoking J's. He is tested positive for COVID, and before I talk about this story, let me just make this clear, because I had to talk. We were talking about this in the office. This is not necessarily around his vaccination status. I think he should get vaccinated, but if he doesn't, that's his personal decision. So let's go through the story, and then we'll kind of break it down. He is tested positive for COVID. He's been ruled out against the Chiefs, which means Jordan Love will make his first NFL start. So you're wondering, okay, why does that make him a fraud, testing positive? A lot of people have tested positive. I've had COVID. It's not fun, trust me. That's why I decided to get vaccinated, because I got COVID before I was vaccinated. It wasn't fun, so I wanted to do that. But again, your choice. You do what you want. Here's where it gets sticky, though. So Ian Rappaport tweets out, since he's unvaccinated, he's already been ruled out against the Chiefs, because there's different rules. If you're vaxxed, you could return with 2 negative tests. If not, if you're unvaxxed, it takes 10 days. It's just the NFL protocols. Again, they're not my rules. They're the NFL's. Here's the problem, though. Back in late August, Aaron Rodgers was asked if he was vaccinated. He said, yeah, I've been immunized. There's guys on the team that haven't been vaccinated. I think it's a personal decision. I'm not going to judge those guys. On a follow-up question, he says he did a lot of research, and that's what went into his decision to get vaccinated. He didn't use the word vaccinated, though. I do want to at least make that clear. He said, I like to learn about everything that I'm doing. I think Aaron Rodgers lied. Now, maybe he used a loophole with the word immunized, as more information has been coming out here. Apparently, he petitioned the NFL about an alternative method to the COVID-19 vaccine to fight off COVID, and they said no. Apparently, the Packers have been aware that he's not vaccinated, which they have to be based on the protocols. But you tell me, you don't. I think he lied to the media there. I guess it's a little loophole by using the word immunized, but clearly the conversation was about the COVID vaccine. And he did not say, no, I'm not vaccinated. He said, yes, I've been immunized. I think he lied. Look, again, that's his choice. There's a lot of players. Carson Wentz isn't vaccinated. Kirk Cousins, Cole Beasley. There's guys that are unvaccinated. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's their call. It's their life. But here's what I don't like, and this is why he is a fraud. You can't tell the media that you are. And that's what he did, basically. He lied. He heavily implied that he was vaccinated. Now, he'll probably come out, I told you guys I was immunized, not vaccinated. Dude, there was a follow-up question, and you implied it. He lied. He's a fraud. By the way, he hasn't been following the non-vaccinated protocols. He hasn't been wearing masks at press conferences, which you're supposed to do. He hasn't been wearing a mask on the sideline when he's not on the field. You're supposed to do that as well. So he's been violating those protocols. Apparently, he's been following the unvaccinated protocols at practice and within the Packers practice facility, but he's a fraud. He lied to the entire media, and I think it's a bad look for him. I think it's a bad look for the Packers. It's a bad look for the NFL. This story got buried because of some technical reason, because he used the word immunize. We all assumed that many was vaxxed. Why wouldn't we assume that? Very weird story. He's out against the Chiefs. That guy's been, it's just, I don't get it, man. I don't get lying about it. Like, you don't want to get vaxxed? That's your call. You lie about being vaccinated, though? That's a fraud move, in my opinion. If you agree with me, type F in the chat. And please don't litter me up with comments like, why are you talking about the vaccine? This isn't about the vaccine. This is about him lying about his status. Like, that is a bad look, in my opinion. So if you agree with me that Packers quarterback is a fraud, let me know in the comments by typing F, and we will see you guys soon with another video.